What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, it's a big story running around, and I don't even know how to talk about this or explain it, but I mean, it's regarding this man right here, Micheal Oher. And come to find out, the movie The Blind Side was a big lie, which I knew some of it was fictitious. I mean, just looking at it. But I mean, it was a feel-good story. It was inspirational. And it painted these folks here in a positive light. Here you are taking a disenfranchised black kid, welcoming him into your home, turning his life around, giving him a chance. Well, so it would seem. Come to find out, the whole thing was a big lie, and they look like idiots, which they should. I'm going to play this for y'all, and we're going to come back and rip this thing apart. And I'm going to get deep in it. Let's go.
All right, moving on to our other top story tonight. The movie based on a Memphis family called The Blind Side inspired millions of people, and now it is the basis of a lawsuit saying much of what we saw was all a lie. It was based on former NFL player Micheal Oher, whose journey from homelessness in Memphis to the NFL became one of Hollywood's classic underdog stories. Well, tonight, Oher filing suit against Sean and Leanne Toohey, the couple from East Memphis he thought were his adoptive mother and father. Our Stephen Pempo is here with more. Stephen?
Richard, for over a decade, Micheal Oher says he thought he was a member of the Toohey family, only to learn months ago that wasn't the case. The former NFL offensive tackle says the Tooheys exploited him to make millions of dollars and prevented him from profiting off his name, image, likeness, and story.
It's nothing like The Blind Side or anything like that.
That's what Micheal Oher said in 2011 when comparing his real-life story to the Academy Award-winning film The Blind Side. The movie charts Oher's journey from Briarcrest Christian School to Ole Miss to the NFL, while being welcomed into the Toohey family. Now, he says the heartwarming story of his adoption is a lie. According to a petition filed today in Shelby County Probate Court, Oher says he only learned this past February that Sean and Leanne Toohey convinced him to sign documents that gave them conservatorship over him instead of making him a legal family member.
They have no security net. They have no one that cares about them. And so we're trying to just ensure that...
Leanne Toohey has since become an advocate for adoption, telling this to ABC 24 in 2017. In his suit, Oher calls for an end to the conservatorship and to be paid money he lost from signing away his name, image, and likeness, plus interest and damages.
For us, it was a message about how we value people in the world and how we incorrectly value people. And, you know, people have worth.
That was Sean Toohey in a 2016 interview. Oher alleges the Toohey family made millions on 2009's The Blind Side, while he received none of the more than $300 million the film made. Oher's petition states that when the Tooheys invited him to come live with them in their Memphis home in 2004, they told him to call them Mom and Dad, and that they loved him and wished to adopt him. Now, Oher claims that Sean and Leanne Toohey saw him as, quote, a gullible young man whose athletic talent could be exploited for their own benefit.
I'm a football player first, and you know, that's really the reason I'm here.
In his book, I Beat the Odds, Oher says that, quote, before my happy ending, there was a very sad story. Now it seems there's another chapter.
Okay, guys, before I go into this, I want to break a couple of things down because I didn't really know which angle I wanted to attack this at. But I mean, just bear with me on this. I'm going to read something off of my laptop, my desktop, and I want you to pay close attention. The word conservatorship, I want to break that down in regards to how this applies to this situation with Micheal Oher and how these people exploited him the way they did with his consent. Now, you're seeing in the thing where it said he had to sign this order undisclosed that he didn't understand at his age when he was younger, correct? This is what it was. They had to have him sign that for them to do the conservatorship. Now, check it out. This is what it's called. It's called a PMC, right? And it says to start a PMC, right? Which is a permanent managing conservatorship. This is an option other than adoption. Check this out. What are the benefits of a PMC? Stable home and legal parenting. If you become a child's permanent managing conservator, you become the child's permanent home. You may be able to receive the following benefits if you are approved. Permanency care assistance, kinship program financial assistance, Medicaid, public assistance, state college tuition assistance. How does this affect the rights of a parent? Those that are not the parents of Micheal Oher, meaning his real parents. Now remember, in the movie, his parents was like nowhere to be seen, on drugs or whatever. It has PMC with termination of parental rights. And these are all different options. PMC without termination of parental rights, which would be this. You know what I'm saying? Birth parents may continue to have contact with the child as determined by the court order. Now, in his situation, I don't want to go, this thing is long. You guys can go check it out. The reason why I brought that up is the word conservatorship. I didn't really understand what it meant. When he signed himself and they made this fictitious story of him being out there in the wilderness and nobody protecting him and all of this stuff, the court automatically did it. These people are in the community. They had money before he came. They had a footprint in the community and recognized as admirable people, which they used to their benefit to exploit this boy at that age. See the game? What pisses me off about this whole situation? He had NFL size. He was big, but a whole bunch of stuff that's out there is a lie. Couple things. The dad is the one that approached him because he saw the potential in him as an NFL star because he was big already. Not the little boy like the movie. Another thing. He was living with the drug dealer dude that Sandra Bullock in the movie put the gun on him because he didn't have no stable home with his parents. He was living with the drug dealer dude on the street. You know what I'm saying? He was the guardian of him, but like not legal guardian. So it was easy for them to get him in their home because he was just wandering. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you something. What pisses me off about this whole situation, not even with it being a lie, because the movie was still a good movie and somebody learned something from it. Even though it was fictitious, that's what movies are. It's what they said in this interview when you seen it. You see Sean, the father, Sean Tui, people have value. We need to recognize people's, they don't recognize people have value and the value of people. And yeah, he was a value to you. It was a success story for you to gloat about because your kids didn't have that NFL size. You seen the vision. You had the money to put him in programs and put him in a position where he could be seen by colleges and it would still benefit you. Leanne Tully. And I want y'all to hear this. She's on TV, an advocate for adoption, didn't even adopt him. They have nobody, and I want you to hear this. They have no one to, what did she say? No one that cares about them. That's a strong word. No one that cares about them. And no security net. Translation. A lot of black folks don't take care of their kids. No security net. No sense of family. Y'all better start paying attention out there. I'm an advocate for bringing back the family. The black family, I'm an advocate of that. Hey, we got to get our shit together because everybody running around here, hey, don't say this, don't say that on TV. Listen, we've been studied for 400 plus years. Those that know, and those who don't give a damn, and they listen to rap music. That's one of the things. We have to start understanding the laws and using them the way everybody else uses it for their benefit. It don't make you no snitch. It don't make you nut this. It don't make you that. Listen, we are citizens here. The law applies to us if we do the guidelines and follow it the way other people do. And put our pride aside and bullshit. A lot of times I cover stories and I'm like, damn, if they had just followed the rules and like went and did went through the course of the paperwork, it'd have turned out fine. A lot of people don't want to wait for nothing. But that's one thing. And I want you to understand that. Think about it. If he was in a stable situation and people was doing what suppose they would have did, these people, these vultures would have never got him. Would have never got him. They used this dude, made a movie that made $300 million. I don't know what percentage they got from that, but I mean, it was enough, 300 million. That movie was running for a long time in theaters too. Y'all remember that? Cable is still a top movie when it come on. People watch it. It pulls on your heartstrings and all this other stuff. These people were just opportunists. And they just capitalized. I'm sure when he got drafted in the NFL, they got money from that too. What do NFL players do soon as they get contracts or something? What they do for their mama? Buy them a house, buy them a car. They got something off of that signing bonus. And that's the thing. But you lived a whole life. Listen, when he got 18, the truth should have came out. Hey, listen, we're not your real parents. They talking about call us mom and dad. They was playing with his mind. I don't like playing with a kid's mind. I don't like that shit. They wrong for that. They are. This whole fucking shit. And then he just found out in February that this whole thing, they was not his adoptive parents. It was some type of agreement that he signed where they finagled him. In closing, I'm going to say this to you guys. I feel bad for him. And the reason why is he's running around calling mom and dad the people that use their resources and a little bit of effort in an investment in him in a negative way to get a positive return like the stock market. And I think that's bullshit. To call somebody mom, mother, or father is a very strong commitment. And if you don't believe me, get a stepdad, be a stepfather or something like that. And tell the kids, hey, you can call me dad. They're going to be like, no, we're not, because there's power in that name. Once they had him doing that, they knew they had him. You got to remember, these are grown-ups. They came from money already. These are smart, educated motherfuckers. And they use it for their advantage. I'm glad he found out, and I know he's crushed right now. I know he's hurting. I know he's hurting because he rolled the dice and it was craps. But it took too long for them to take the chips off the fucking board for him to see. He's a victim. And I know he feels bad. Brother, I know you feel bad. And a lot of that money he can't recoup. But the feelings that he gave out of thinking the shit was real, it put a bad taste in his mouth. And everybody else's. These people are assholes. They are. They are. But I'm going to tell you something. We got to get ourselves together so we can't get exploited by anybody else that plays on our fucking ignorance. That's all I got to say. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I almost choked. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.